How diddly doodly, neighborinos. Yeah, I think we're live. It seems that the stream seems to be working okay. So yeah, let's go ahead. Um, yeah, final week here. Just let me fix this. Final week here in Seville. Um, yeah, I've got a list of stuff that I want to go through. Just the positives and the negatives that I found while I was here, but I was going to go on a trip today and have that video out for Sunday to Cordoba. Um, so woke up this morning really early, set the alarm clock for 7:15. Got out of bed around 7:30. Um, got my breakfast, went out. Actually checked the weather before I went out. Cloudy. I said, okay, yeah, not too bad. Won't be too warm in Cordoba today. Um, Went out in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Started raining, and you know when the gods are not with you. You know when the gods are not with you. Um, so yeah, I done that and walked to the Estación del Tren, which is the train station. Got there, waited around for my ticket to be called out. Got to the desk, and the guy at the desk had said, it's 60 euros, and that's only one way. That's not your return fare included. So I just politely refused. I said, no, I'll do it another day. I think it's cheaper on a Saturday. I think it's only about 20 euros, but like it's only a 40-minute journey. If it was in Dublin, the train would take about 40 minutes to get to Bray, which is in South Dublin, and that would cost me like 3-4 euros. So 60 euros for a train journey to Cordoba. Yeah, and that's only one way. I just wasn't willing to pay it. So yeah, I didn't go today, so I just done a day in the gym instead. Um, so yeah, I might do it. I might do it on Saturday. I don't know. I do have a video lined up on Sunday. And if I do go Saturday, that will overtake the video, the one that I have on Sunday, and then I'll release the video that I have the following Sunday. So that's the plan anyway. I don't know if I'll do it yet because the price is just extortionate. We didn't even look at the return price, probably around the same price, but it was just ridiculous. But September is the tourist season here in Seville, so all the prices go up. All the food went up. The price of beer went up. Everything went up. So yeah. Okay, let's get into the positives and negatives. Okay, shall we? I do have a list on my computer. Just gonna get that up here. What I'll do is I'll start with the positive and then do a negative and then do a positive and then do a negative. Do I have any other news? Oh yeah, it's my final week here. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to getting to seeing a new place, seeing a new city. I do believe Porto at the moment had some wildfires. So I hope that's all done with by the time I get there. I do know that forest does need to regenerate that way. So maybe it was just because of that. Most people can't tell me why the wildfires started, but it might have been just forest regeneration. But I believe it fogged up the whole city and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting there anyway. I fly out on Monday at 8:30. I do, yeah. So I'm out of the Airbnb here at 11:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. I think. I do have a place to store my bag for the day, and then I'll pick that up just before I go to the airport. So that's all sorted anyway. Anyway, yes, I'm back to a positive vibe again because, yeah, it's just been a lot of negativity recently because since I moved in, look, I'll get into that in the positive and negatives. I'll get into that. I do have a couple of these Amstels. which I'm going to open now. Nobody has joined the chat yet. It's a bit early. It's just gone 6:30 here in Spain, so it's probably around 5:30 in the UK and Ireland. So yeah, that's all the news I have. I was going to go to Cordoba. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I'm not willing to pay that, like, you know what I mean? I'm doing everything at my own expense at the moment, and you know, probably 120 quid round trip. I don't think it's worth it. So yes, happy Wednesday, everybody. I have the curtain shut. It is still a little bit bright outside, so I just closed them over, and I have the light here. So let's start with a positive. So one of the positive things about Seville, what do I have here? The weather. Okay, so as far as the weather goes, I do have one positive and I do have one negative. So as far as the weather goes, the way I found it in Seville, I'll start with the positive. It's been brilliant. It's been blue skies most days. Now, we did have rain today, which is very, very rare. It's still very warm. Now, last month, the weather was, 41 to 45 degrees. This month, it's about 27 to about 35 degrees, and it was just like that. It was like somebody flipped the switch from August to September, and the temperature just changed like that. So it was weird. Yeah, it was weird like that. But we're into autumn now, and if you've watched the last video that I released, the best time to get out is in the morning. So it's about 20 degrees in the morning, which is just perfect. It's perfect for a nice hike. And then by the time it hits like 4, 5, 6 in the evening, that's when the high temperatures hit. Let me take this cap off. Actually, I've been growing the hair a little bit. Not that it's grown that much, but it is on the outside. I think I had a little bit. It is growing a little bit more than it used to, because I think I had a little bit of alopecia on this side, just from from the anxiety that I used to have. But travel has taken it out of me pretty much. All the anxiety, the only anxiety I have now is just keeping my phone and my wallet and stuff like that. I'm fully aware of them at all times now. But yeah. But the weather, anyway, positive. The weather's been great here in Seville. Waking up to 20 degrees every morning, it's not to be sneezed at. It is. It's beautiful. It really is good. Whereas if I was in Ireland this time of the year, you're talking 5, 6 degrees, and probably raining most mornings. So waking up to 20 degrees, blue skies every morning. It's not to be sneezed at. It's really good. And getting out for the hikes, it's great. I'm just going to grab the chat here. Nobody has jumped on yet. Here's one person. If you could hit the like button, that would be great. And if you're watching this in the future, please do the same. But yeah, the weather has been great. I can't complain with the weather, because thanks for the like, because I'm coming from Ireland, and once you're in a heated atmosphere like this, a hot temperature climate like this, it's great. It's great waking up every morning to just to a decent temperature. I sleep at night just in my boxer shorts, and that does me. Whereas at home I'd probably have a t-shirt on or something like that. But waking up, it's still really warm, and as well as that, all the cafes around, they all sell decent breakfast and stuff. So yeah, that's the positive of the weather. Let's get into the negative of the weather. So I mentioned that 45 degrees is a crazy temperature here. So the month of August, it was hitting 40, 41, 45 every day. Around 6 p.m. it would hit the height of the temperature. So you had to get out every morning, where it was still around 27 to 30 degrees. And then by lunchtime, you just have to get out of the heat. You have to get out of there, because it's unreal. Like 45 degrees is unreal. You just have to get out of the heat. And there used to be Spanish people walking around, you know, in long shirts and, you know, long trousers and stuff. And I was looking at them going, how are you even doing this? But I guess, you know, they've acclimatized to their own climate and stuff. Everybody stays in the shade, especially all the tourists, you know, at that time of the year. Um, Always have to wear a hat. And I actually gave up doing YouTube because that sun just really got to me. I done most of the videos that I did in Seville in the month of August, and I was out in that, and the sun really got to me. It got to me bad. And when it does get to you like that, you sort of, you know, it does play with the mind, you know. And I had a lot of negative thoughts. So that's the positive and the negative of the weather. But you know, I think it's been positive overall. You know, the positive outweighed the negatives. So yeah. But when you're indoors, even like, you know, when I was in that last place in the Happy House, you still have to have the air conditioning, well, the fans, that's all we had. You still have to have them on every day. And it was even warm then. So yeah, everybody was feeling it at that stage. So yeah. But look, there is positive and negative to it. As far as the positives go as well, the vitamin D, you know, that is really helpful towards keeping you healthy. I didn't get a cold once or anything like that while I was here for the month of August, which is great. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, thank you. Would you like to say hello to that person in the chat? If you did, yeah, I'd love you to say hello and just maybe tell me your name, where you come from, something like that. And we can have a chat. There's two people there now. If the other person could hit the like button, that'd be great as well. Thank you. But yeah, we'll go to another positive. The second positive I have is the people. The people in Seville, I'm just going to move this chair. The people in Seville have been amazing. They've been really hospitable and just made you feel at home, you know. My Spanish is absolutely terrible, but I do try and converse with them in Spanish as much as I can, and they will answer you back in Spanish as much as they can. But they've been brilliant, you know, especially all the little smaller places, you know, finding all them smaller cafes around Seville and eating there. You find the best people, you know, that's where all the good people go. I'll get to the food, but the people have been amazing, you know, everybody's been so friendly. I haven't met the love of my life yet here. But I think that is more because people, you know, tend to, you know, especially women, tend to go for, you know, sort of their own culture, you know, where people with black hair, brown eyes, you know, I don't have either of those. I have green eyes and no hair. So I think women sort of, yeah, they'll sort of keep to their own culture. Well, that's my experience anyway. But the people have been great here in Seville. Very, very friendly people. Never seen any crime or anything like that. So yeah, that's been a huge positive. So let's go to a negative. Yeah, Seville is no beach. That is a negative. And with 45 degrees beating down on you during the day, there's no better place to go than to a beach. Now, there is other options. I did go down to Cadiz twice actually. One just to make a video, and then the second time when Franco came to visit. And yeah, so you do have the choice, but it's about an hour and a half by train, which is not great, you know. But yeah, that's one negative that I would say about Seville. It's just that, you know, I wish there was just beaches where you can just get into the water, you know. When it's 45 degrees, all you want is water. There is a river down the road, which is not too far from here. But, you know, you wouldn't swim in there. I've seen the water in there. Now, there is fish alive and stuff like that in it. But for humans to swim in, no, I don't think so. There's probably a lot of industrial waste going in there. I don't know what it is, but the water is just not clean. It doesn't look clean at all. So that would be a negative. But you know, these things, you know, you just there is ways around it, and going down to Cadiz was yeah, that's one way around it because the beaches down there are beautiful, and it is a little bit cooler on the coast as well, which is a positive too. Okay, so that was a negative. We'll go to another positive, which is the food. Um, yeah, the food here has just been. Now, I haven't been able to get a full Irish breakfast, which is which has been a downer. But the food here has been amazing. I've dined out most nights actually, and just got Spanish cuisine. And I've just tried the local dishes. You know, there's a lot of seafood here that they serve, and you know the prawns that they are here are just amazing. And I'm a big fan of prawns. I'm a huge fan of prawns. Um, and they do them in you know, some of the best sauces around. But the seafood here is amazing. Um, yeah, the restaurants are really good too. Um, you always know a good restaurant when you're passing by and there's a, you know, a huge amount of people there. There was a restaurant that wasn't too far from the last place I was living in, and for most of the time I was living there, it was closed. But anytime it opened up, it was just packed with people, and you just know, okay, this is a good place. And I went in, had some food one day, and it was top notch. It really was good. So yeah, if you're walking by a cafe in Seville and you see that there's, you know, a lot of people in there, you know, you can't even get a table, you know, that's the best place to eat. That's the best place to eat. So yeah, that is a positive that I found here in Seville. So let's go to a negative. Okay, yeah, I think I said this about Valencia as well when I was there. What's up with the street cleaning? There is a severe lack of bins, you know, where people can put their rubbish. And it's the same here in Seville. The streets, you know, there is a lot of tourists around and stuff like that. Like, there's less than 1 million people here, but the councils can't seem to clean up the streets for some reason. Probably because there's a severe lack of bins, you know, where people can put their rubbish. But yeah, there's just a whole lot of rubbish around the streets, especially in the morning times. Now, in the evening times when you get around the city and that, only in the tourist areas does it seem to be a little bit cleaner. But in the, you know, when you get down to the barrios where I am and stuff like that, it's just constant, you know. There's just rubbish everywhere and dog poo everywhere and stuff like that, and it's just not nice to see, you know. I don't know if the councils get a, you know, I don't know if it's like the way it is in Ireland where everything is just kept clean all the time. But yeah, that would be a negative. That's a big one for me, you know. I don't like to see rubbish, especially plastics on the streets. People just seem to dump their stuff on the streets for some reason, or, you know, let their dog take a poo and then don't clean it up, which is a big negative for me. So yeah, Valencia was a bit like that too. And you know, I hope my Spanish experience is, it's not like that for the, you know, the other places around the country. Excuse me. So let's get on to a positive again. The sights. Oh yeah, the sights in Sevilla have been amazing. The places that I've got around to seeing. I've got a dry throat. Give me one sec. The places, yeah, I've been talking for a while. I've been talking for 20 minutes now. The places that I got around to see were amazing. The cathedral was probably one of my favourites. But I have visited many churches as well that are here, and there's so many churches, and they're so well preserved, and you know, they have lovely ornate stuff in each church, and they're all unique in their own little way. So the churches and the cathedral were really good. I really enjoyed Alcazar, which I had seen previously, but it was good to see it again, get the drone up and stuff like that. The what's the name of the place? Plaza de España. And the Maria Luisa Park, I think it's called, on the outskirts there, is amazing. That was built 1919, I believe, for the World Fair, and unlike other cities around the world, that one was kept intact, and it does have the electricity, where they were grabbing electricity from the ether. Yes, we used to have free electricity before. Yeah, Nikola Tesla gave us free electricity, and then in 1919 they had a great reset, believe it or not, where General Electric came in and said, "Oh no, we don't have free electric," and they started charging everybody for electric after that. So yeah, we do have free electric from the ether, believe it or not. Um, so yeah, what was that positive? That was the sites. Yeah, the sites around Sevilla have been amazing. The architecture, especially everywhere you go, all the houses, especially around the old town, um, have that real authentic Spanish look. And it's just amazing. Every all the buildings are just amazing around here, especially in the old town. We don't have any chats yet, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep on talking until somebody comes up with a chat. I hope the audio and video are okay. If the person in the chat room could just let me know if everything is okay, that'd be great. Thank you very much. So yes, we'll go to a negative now. Yeah, I went to the negative already with the weather, but the next negative was I couldn't carry around my rucksack because of the weather, because of the heat. Most people just wear, a small little bag by their side, whereas I was just lugging around a rucksack all the time with my water, with my video equipment, and you just sweat, especially on your back, especially with a rucksack on your back. It's just unreal with the heat here. And then you get back and you have to change all your clothes and get out, have a shower straight away. You can't carry a rucksack around, so you have to have one of these small pouches. I didn't get one. Once I copped on that I couldn't take a rucksack around, I would just carry my water. And if I was filming or anything like that, I'd just use my phone, because I couldn't carry anything else. It was just unreal. So yeah, that would be one of the negatives as well. I couldn't carry my rucksack around. So the next positive, oh yeah, Sevilla has the best sangria in Spain. It has good beer too, but actually it's quite hard to find the Amstel, but the best sangria. There is a place called Guevara and Lynch, and it's on Calle, what's the name of the street? Anyway, it's in the old town Seville here, and it just has the most amazing sangria that you could ever taste. I don't know how it's made up. I think it's just wine and fruit. If anybody wants to correct me on that, but it's just amazing here, the sangria. Now I'll only have one probably with a meal or something like that. But yeah, when I do get one, it's always good here. I've had sangria as well in Valencia, and it wasn't as good, but yeah, it's really good here. It's really good. Okay, let's do another negative. What are we on? 25 minutes. Oh, I do have some news about a bit of land too. I'll get to that. Relax. Positive. Oh, we've just done a positive. Sangria. Negative, yeah. I had a little bit of negativity with some of the housemates that I stayed with. Now, the first place that I came to when I came to Seville was the Happy House, and it was great. There was about 10 to 12 people staying there at one time. And a couple of the people that I met, well, actually one person in particular, I'm not going to name names, and we got on great while I was in the Happy House. And we went out a couple of times, had a few drinks, had a bit of food. But I met that person recently, and they were gone by Walking by where I was having a bit of food in a restaurant, and I waved and said hello. And the girl that was with this person said, hello, but the other person just put their nose up as if they didn't see me, didn't even say hello, and just walked straight by. And to me, that is just a no-no. Where I come from, that is just a no-no. At least you say hello, At least you greet the person, even if you don't like them, At least you will say hello, and then maybe walk past, but, at least say hello. But there wasn't. There was just nothing. Just nose up, straight on, walked on, and that was one of the people that I got on really well with in the house, and I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. It was just like, yeah, um, you really find out who people are, when they do that, So yeah, that was a negative. Other than that, all the other housemates were great. Everybody else was so friendly and stuff like that. But that person in particular, that was really ignorant, and I don't like ignorant people. So anyway, I blocked them on blocked them on the messaging service, so they're gone. I don't like negative people in my life. So yeah, good luck. A positive, the nightlife. Yes, the nightlife in Sevilla, was great. It only starts waking up. I'll just get the chat up here. I don't think anybody has said anything yet. No, we haven't had anything yet. There has been very few people on the stream so far, but if anybody would like to say anything, please do. Or in the future, if you want to say anything, stick it down in the comments, and I will read it. I always read them, and I will reply to. Yeah, the nightlife here. Things only start to really get going here in Seville at around 8-9 p.m. I'm sort of an early bird. I usually get to bed around midnight or so. But when Franco, my friend, came over from Valencia, we sort of went out most nights, and just sampled the restaurants, had good food, had a few beers. But the nightlife, yeah, just kicks off around 8-9. And there's plenty of stuff to do. There's plenty of people around to talk to and stuff like that. So yeah, the nightlife is really good here. That's really it. Yeah, that's all I can say really. A negative, this new apartment. I think, yeah, I brought it up there a minute ago. Excuse me. I loved it in the Happy House. I loved it in the last apartment that I was. But when I got there, I decided that I wanted to stay another month in Seville. Or Sevilla. And, excuse me. So I got onto the owner of the house, and I said, I'd like to stay another month here. And she said, check Airbnb, because there might not be a vacancy. So I checked Airbnb. There was no vacancy, and there was only a place here. Now, because of the lack of people here, I didn't enjoy it as much. I think I'm more comfortable around, when there's more people around, when I can have a conversation with somebody every morning. There's two people staying here at the moment. One guy, Jose, is great, and one girl, I'm not sure of her name. She only moved in a couple of days ago. She did tell me, but I'm after forgetting. I'm terrible at names, but she's lovely too. But they're out most of the day, so I don't get to talk to people. I don't, when I wake up in the morning, I get my breakfast, it's just on my own. Whereas in the Happy House, you used to get one or two more people down at the same time, and whereas here, it's just, I have breakfast, I have all my meals alone here. So yeah, that was a bit of a downer. This apartment hasn't been as good as the Happy House, so yeah, that's a negative. On to, and this is the last positive I have, and I'm nearly on 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is more of a to do with exercise. So with the heat, I have less body fat, which means, but I'm working out every day, so it means less body fat, more muscle. So because of the heat, you're just shedding. It's like a sauna here, when you go out during the day. So you're just shedding all that sweat and it's all coming out of you, and all the bad chemicals are coming out of you and stuff like that. So you feel a lot healthier. And with the workouts then every day, every morning before you go out or stuff like that, or even afterwards, yeah, you feel a lot healthier and you start putting on a lot more muscle. So I got a bit more muscle tone while I was here. So I would count that as a positive. The guy Jose that lives here, he does have a 24 kilo kettlebell that I've been working out with, and it's just been great. It's just been amazing. I'm not able to curl it yet, but I use it for pull-ups and stuff like that, and to work on my glutes. If anybody knows what the glutes is, that's the ass. Yeah, so working on it just to pull up. So yeah, that's been great. So yeah, it's been like a sauna every day here. Not so much this month, but last month especially. So all the sweat, takes all the body fat off you, and then the workouts just put the muscle on you as well. So yeah, put on a bit more tone. Okay, another negative. Yeah, that's true. Small town. I said the sights in Seville were great to see, which they were, but it's a small town that just got through everything so quickly. And as somebody that makes videos all the time, I just released all the videos too, every week, and I had done everything by the first month, and then I was sort of thinking, okay, what do I need to do now to get new videos out? Now, I'm creative like that. I got out to see, all the churches and stuff like that, which were great. But a lot of people did give me a little bit of bad feedback, that the videos weren't what they expected. But I have to take that bad feedback on board, and yeah, just roll with it. I'll always get bad feedback. But I was, since I moved in here, I was getting a lot of negative comments. But look, I'll take them in my stride, and hopefully I can get back to a bit of bushcraft again and a bit of nature again when I get back to Ireland. But that's going to be a couple of months away. But yeah, I have one more negative, and then I'll shut it down. The live streams that I was doing here in Seville, I started the first one off and I had it on the balcony. Now, this was, I should have known this would happen. I had it on the balcony of the last apartment that I was staying in, and it was probably about 40 degrees at the time. So I started a live stream, and then my phone started to give me messages, phone is overheating, phone is overheating, phone is overheating. So I had to shut off the live stream. And then there was a couple of live streams then after that I just had some trouble with YouTube for some reason, where it was just filming for about 2 seconds and then just dropping off, filming for 2 seconds, dropping off. So I was having I don't know if it was YouTube, I don't know if it was my phone or the temperature or stuff like that, but yeah, it was hard to figure out. I don't know exactly what it was, but that's it. That's all I've got. Those are the positives and negatives I've got. Overall, the positives have been about 60%, the negatives about 40%, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on. Off to Porto next, that's on Monday coming. So I'm actually looking forward to that now. Yeah, because I just want to leave Seville at this stage. There has been a few negatives, and they've gotten to me. And I've tried to be positive throughout, and I've started to do that again. Whatever you manifest, when you think positive thoughts, you give off positive radiation or positive frequency or positive vibrations, and other positive vibrations are attracted to that. So that's what I try to do now. I try to have positive thoughts instead of negative thoughts. So I was being a little bit negative when I moved in here to this apartment, because it wasn't exactly the last apartment, but because I was having those negative thoughts, negative things are happening to me. So yeah, I'm after getting back to the positive thoughts now. So yeah, let's hope that excuse me, let's hope that the positive things will start happening again, and they sort of have, you know. But yeah, that's all I have really, guys. No chats yet, but you know, we'll see. I'll stay on for another few minutes, see if anybody wants to chat. But happy hump day, everybody. I hope everybody out there is doing really well. You know, let me know how your life is going. Just, you know, if you want to talk, if you want to chat, I'm here. I'm here to listen if you want. Um, you know, you can tell me your deepest, darkest secrets if you like. I don't mind. I'm here to try and help you and try and get you back to a positive mindset. Um, but yeah, that's really it. That's all I've got. Oh yeah, the land. I did say last week in in the live feed that land in Kerry fell through. You know, my solicitor did drop the ball on that one. Yeah, but I posted there during the week on the Off Grid Ireland's Facebook page. And I've got a few positive results since where people are willing to sell a bit of land. Now, I haven't found exactly where I want. You know, that last one was perfect because there was a river going right through it. It was perfect camping land. It was arable land. And then there was mountain, you know, hikes as well, which would have been, oh, I'm heartbroken over that. But look, I'm over it. I'm over it. But yeah, that one was a heartbreaker. Now, somebody got on to me there recently and they have a place in Mayo, County Mayo. But it's flat, but it is forest, so that is a positive. But there's no water, so I can't do any fishing. But it is prime camping, which is a positive. It is forest, which is a positive. So I'm still in conversation with that person. They said they haven't put it on the market yet, and I hope they don't. I hope it can just be a one-to-one sell and just my solicitor to their solicitor, and hopefully we can do everything properly this time. But yeah, I am still in the market for a bit of that land. Obviously, I'd like something with a, you know, on a lake or a river. But you know, I'll take a look at the land. She said she'll send me photos tomorrow or the next day. But if it's, you know, if it's all forestry, I'd love it, you know, and I might buy it. So we'll see. We'll see what it's like. So yeah, that's all my updates, guys. I'll get the chat up here. I don't think anybody has said anything. No, nobody in the chats. There is super chats if anybody would like to support the channel, and because everything is at the moment, everything is on my own dime. But yeah, I'm spending about about 3, 4, sometimes 5 grand a month at the moment, you know, depending on how much rent is costing. So my money is just going doom 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 all the time. So yeah, we'll get back to Ireland at some stage, and hopefully get back to some nature videos. You know, that's really what I want to do with this channel, and that's what I wanted to do from the start. You know, I don't think most people that, you know, that followed me originally are into the travel videos that I'm doing. But you know, it's just the life that I've had to lead, because of the cost of living in Ireland at the moment and the cost of rent and stuff like that, and the lack of jobs. Because DEI is ruining it for people like me. DEI is, what's it again? Everybody has, whatever DEI, I can't think of it offhand, but DEI is ruining it for male heterosexuals like me, where they have to, jobs, you know, especially corporations are taking on people that are, you know, mostly female, probably of a different orientation to me. You know, rather than taking on the best people for the job, they will look towards different orientation or, you know, different culture other than, you know, the best person for the job. So DEI is ruining things for everybody. And unfortunately, Ireland is one of the wokest countries in the world for DEI. And yeah, it's just ruining it for everybody else. It ruined it for me, which is the reason I had to move abroad. So yeah, get rid of that. Corporations are changing their tune now because they see it's not working. So maybe, maybe that's a positive, and maybe things are getting back. Diversity, equity, and what's the I? The I eludes me at the moment. But yeah, it's not working. It's not working. So yeah, it didn't work for me anyway. Hopefully, I can get back to Ireland some stage, and yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll leave it there, guys. 40 minutes already. Okay. I'll shut it down there. Thanks, everyone. If you're watching in the future, thanks for watching. Please do hit the like button. And yeah, hopefully I'll catch you on the next live stream, which will be from Porto, which will be in Portugal. So it'll be a new place. But yeah, take care, everyone. I do love you all. And I'll see you all soon. Yeah, there is a new video Sunday, so please do give that a like as well. And yeah, I'll catch you all next Wednesday. Take care. Good luck.